It is the one and only Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham is going to Project B, folks. This was one of the big names that I was waiting to hear. Somebody that by Google Analytics during the season showed to be the third most popular player in all of the WNBA.
The landscape of women's basketball isn't merely trembling, it is fracturing before our eyes, aggressively redrawing the geopolitical map of professional sports in ways no one could have forecasted just 6 months ago. A seismic jolt has struck the ecosystem of the orange ball, a massive development that renders standard trade rumors akin to mere locker room gossip. Sophie Cunningham, a charismatic and emblematic figure of the WNBA, has officially affixed her signature to a contract with the mysterious ultra-wealthy Project B, a dissident league backed by Saudi funds. This move solidifies one of the most discussed, controversial, and potentially transformative maneuvers of the offseason, perhaps even the decade.
Actually joining Project B's athlete roster. I am so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not only here in the United States, but across the world. So come on this journey with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool. The signing of Sophie Cunningham elevates Project B into must-watch TV territory. Fair play, Soph. It'll be interesting to see over the coming months what other Fever players follow you.
For weeks, the air was electric, thick with speculation, whispers in arena hallways, and subtle clues strewn across social media. The climax of this unbearable suspense arrived during the charity golf tournament hosted by Caitlin Clark. There, grilled by the press, Cunningham delivered a performance worthy of an Academy Award, offering evasive interviews tinged with enigmatic smiles, refusing to verify what many suspected. Today, the mask has dropped. Cunningham is no longer hiding. She has made her choice public, and the specifics of her commitment are staggering.
I am so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not only here in the United States, but across the world. So come on this journey with us. Guys, I am so excited to announce that I'm actually joining Project B's athlete roster. I am so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not.
Now, this is the beauty thing about this, man. We all knew that it was a chance, Sophie, because when she did the Annie Costabile interview, she kind of hem-hawed around with it. You feel me? She kind of hem-hawed around with actually signing. She didn't really speak very highly about it like that. I knew then.
Sophie Cunningham is not joining Project B simply as a player, a role that by itself would have generated headlines. No, she is shattering the glass ceiling of traditional sports models by joining the organization as a player, a partner, and an owner. This triple threat status is revolutionary. The announcement sends a clear, powerful, and unequivocal signal to the sporting world. Project B is not here to play a supporting role or serve as a development league. This is not merely about filling game rosters. The ambition on display is titanic. Project B is aggressively constructing a global roster, a permanent super team built to frontally challenge historical structures, including the all-powerful WNBA. By offering equity stakes to athletes, Project B shifts the power dynamic, turning employees into shareholders, a value proposition the WNBA with its salary caps and current economic models simply cannot rival. In her statement, Cunningham did not mask her enthusiasm, describing this as the pivotal moment the sport has awaited. She believes Project B finally affords women's basketball the global platform and financial respect it has deserved for too long. She speaks of a new era where athletes need not compromise between market value and loyalty to a specific league.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news, hot off the press. Sophie Cunningham, like I said, was the next person to be named, and she too has signed with Project B. Sophie Cunningham is now part of Project B, and she too picked up her damn bag. Told y'all, bruh. I told y'all yesterday. Sophie Cunningham, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
What makes this saga even more riveting is the surgical precision with which insiders and internet sleuths predicted it. One must look back to Cunningham's interview with Annie Costabile weeks ago. Faced with direct questions, Cunningham deftly dodged, refusing to answer straight regarding the existence of, or her interest in, Project B. To the casual observer, it was a no comment. To experts, it was a silent admission. But the true signal, the irrefutable clue that alerted the sharpest analysts, came from the digital realm. Grady Burnett, identified as a key architect and executive behind Project B, began leaving tracks. Burnett is not an impulsive social media user. He rarely follows athletes. So when he began following Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark, and top WNBA names on Instagram and Twitter, it was like a flare gun in the night. His selections were highly intentional, targeted, and strategic. Fans immediately suspected something huge was brewing. Their theories, dismissed as conspiratorial by skeptics, have now proven prophetic. However, while Cunningham's signing opened the floodgates, the story does not stop with her. The shockwave has propagated to Indiana with devastating force. Kelsey Mitchell, the undisputed star of the Indiana Fever and one of Caitlin Clark's crucial partners, has also succumbed to the siren song of Project B. This is a thunderclap. Mitchell released an emotional, high-production video thanking the organization, describing this not as a simple contract, but as a global stage for the future of the game.
Mitchell, he posted Kelsey Mitchell yesterday. So this is the part owner. This is one of the guys to help set it up, Grady Burnett.
In the video, Mitchell's demeanor is telling. Her confidence, unconcealed joy, and the energy radiating from her announcement convince analysts she has secured an astronomical package, likely a multi-million-dollar deal eclipsing anything earned in a decade of a traditional career. Seeing a player of Mitchell's caliber, known for work ethic and loyalty, take this leap validates the sporting credibility of Project B. With Cunningham and Mitchell on board, the landscape has shifted, but one question, the biggest of all, burns on everyone's lips. Is Caitlin Clark next? All signs, indicators, and digital breadcrumbs point toward a resounding yes. Let's review the facts. Grady Burnett follows Clark. That is the first domino. Next, the entourage. Clark's closest teammates Mitchell signed, and per persistent rumors, Aaliyah Boston are in advanced talks. It is hard to imagine Clark remaining isolated while her inner circle migrates to this new promised land. Furthermore, Project B has made clear they are targeting the most influential players in women's basketball. They don't just want talent, they want cultural icons. And no one is more iconic today than Caitlin Clark.
This opportunity, I think it's an unbelievable. Hi guys, Kelsey Mitchell here. I just want to say thank you to Project B for this opportunity. I think it's an unbelievable opportunity to really showcase who we are as athletes at a high level on the international stage. And I want to trade this experience for the world. And I'm grateful that Project B looked at me as an athlete to want to take on this opportunity. So I'm excited and I can't wait to get to work.
Social media detonated the moment Cunningham's signing went public, followed by an even stronger aftershock from Mitchell. Forums, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are flooded with passionate reactions. For Indiana Fever fans, the mood is panic, perhaps even mourning. They are worried, watching helplessly as the dismantling of their dream team occurs before it reached its potential. Two major pieces of Indiana's lineup seem to be drifting toward richer opportunities overseas, leaving a void. Sports analysts attempt to rationalize the situation, but the outlook is grim for the traditional league. They argue that while the departure of Sophie Cunningham, Phoenix might not hurt the Fever on the court, the departure of Kelsey Mitchell is a massive blow, a tactical and emotional loss of epic proportions. Mitchell was expected to receive a max contract in the WNBA. That she would turn her back on this to join Project B demonstrates the abysmal financial gap between the entities. Experts now believe Project B's rapid expansion poses a serious existential threat to the WNBA. This is not simple competition, it is a war for the soul of the sport, with Saudi funding exceeding the collective salary cap of the entire American League. Project B possesses an absolute weapon, unlimited money. They can lure top athletes with million-dollar offers, luxury travel, and as seen with Cunningham, ownership opportunities ensuring generational wealth. It is a paradigm shift. Players call this a revolution, a liberation from historical constraints. Fans call it a seismic shift, comparable to LEV golf's emergence, but with potentially greater cultural impact given the rising popularity of women's sports. For now, the basketball world holds its breath. Sophie Cunningham is in, Kelsey Mitchell is in. The structure is being built, brick by brick, star by star. If the trend continues, if financial logic and sporting friendships play their part, Caitlin Clark could be the next giant domino to fall. If she signs, it won't just be a transfer, it will be the end of an era and the start of another. Stay tuned. Women's basketball is not just entering a new season, it is entering its most dramatic, lucrative, and unpredictable era of all time. It is crucial to understand the mechanics behind Project B to grasp the magnitude of the threat. Unlike European leagues acting as complements to the WNBA, Project B seems intent on monopolizing players' time. By proposing contracts demanding exclusivity or conflicting with WNBA prioritization policies, this entity forces players to choose. In the past, a player like Mitchell could navigate both worlds. Today, she must pick a side. When one side offers a capped salary of $240,000 and the other offers millions, the choice is mathematical for athletes with short careers. The owner aspect of Cunningham's contract is particularly ingenious. By giving players a piece of the pie, Project B creates fierce loyalty. Players are no longer interchangeable employees, they are invested in the success. If the league thrives, they thrive. This model, which traditional leagues owned by billionaires cannot easily replicate, is where the disruptive genius of Grady Burnett reveals itself. They are attacking the WNBA not just on salaries, but on the structure of sports capitalism. Let's return to the Indiana Fever. The distress of fans is palpable because they viewed this trio, Clark, Mitchell, Boston, as the foundation of a dynasty. The chemistry between Clark and Mitchell was electric. Mitchell, with her speed and scoring, was the perfect complement to Clark's vision. To see Mitchell leave is like tearing a page out of the playbook. But if Clark leaves too, the book is thrown into the fire. For the WNBA, which based its future marketing and TV rights on the Caitlin Clark effect, the loss of its biggest star would be catastrophic, instantly devaluing the product. Caitlin Clark's silence is deafening. Every day without a reaffirmation of loyalty fuels the rumor mill. In modern sports, perception is reality, and this silence is interpreted as hesitation. If Burnett is following Clark, there is an open channel. These executives do not waste time following inaccessible targets. They are hunting big game. One must also note the international dimension. Project B is not just targeting the US market. With Saudi funds, the goal is to turn women's basketball into a global product, with events in Riyadh, London, or Paris. For players like Cunningham and Mitchell, the allure is global glory becoming international brand. In conclusion, what we are witnessing is historical. This is not just a transfer story, it is a story of power, money, gender, and geopolitics. Sophie Cunningham lit the fuse. Kelsey Mitchell poured gasoline on the fire. Now the world watches Caitlin Clark holding a match, wondering if she will ignite the whole thing. Project B is real, it is here, and it has the means to match its ambitions. The WNBA must react fast, because its monopoly on elite talent is crumbling. The era of blind loyalty is over. The era of player power and global super leagues has begun.